Hello. Don't know who that is, but we will wait for a few others to turn up. Because one fuck up led to the hello Deb. How you doing? Hello Slug. Just gonna wait for a few more. Hello Beatrice. I'm sorry about your bloke getting all that fucking shit. All I can suggest, Beatrice, okay, that he disengages, calls the police, gets CRN numbers for what they've done. If you want to then message me the CRN numbers to add to this pack, then obviously do that. That's I'd be more than happy to assist you in that, because these bastards need taking down. They need taken down quickly, obviously by the police, not me, because that would be ridiculous. You know, like I said, I've passed on another 5 CRN numbers now over. I'm sure I've got another 2. I'm sure I've got another 2 somewhere I've got to send them. I think there's that. There's Pete still to come. But yeah, I mean, it's totaling about 30 CRN numbers against the same people. So, all right, Heidi. So yeah, and that's what I think is going to get them in the end, to be perfectly honest. You know, when was the last time Kevin Ashley's gone on a live with anybody? He just doesn't do it. He's usually there being nasty to somebody. But he's just all of a sudden turned it over a new leaf, all of a sudden being nice and all of that, nice and fluffy. Trying to distance himself from the shit he's just landed himself in. Because believe you me, they're in shit. A lot of them. And they're sweating, cursing, screaming and crying. Only because I'm smack on target. I'm smack on target because they decided to pick on me. Which is foolish. It's really stupid. In the early days, I used to lose my shit. I wasn't. That went down the wrong way. I wasn't used to trolling. Wasn't used to the trolling that I was getting anyway. So I blew up rather too much. Then after about a year of it, I settled down, obviously got my head into decoying because it was distracting me. And then 2019, obviously 2 stings. And you know what? I'm more than happy with that. More than happy. There won't be any this year though. Can't see them because of this COVID crisis. So yeah, I'm going to wait until it's all clear until I go out on the march for that again. But obviously, you know, I'm dealing with this right now, and then after that, then I'm probably going to take a little break, to be honest. Not a long one, You know, until the COVID's over, until the risk is gone, until I know that I can't possibly infect anybody else, then I'll go forward from then. Or I can get infected by anybody else. It's not as if I'm in a risk group. I'm not. Well, I'm Asian. That's about it. But or got Asian blood in me. But whether that makes me more susceptible, or whether it's because Asians live in more crowded areas, which they do, that's probably down to it, demography rather than anything else. Don't know. It's one of those unanswered questions, isn't it? I can't, you know, I just, you know, this is taking a long time. Of course it's going to take a long time. There's a lot of evidence to chew through. Not on my devices for anything that, you know, I got reported for. I think that's, yeah, that has to have been done. Because it was on for 3 hours the day after. So they're obviously holding it for something else. And what is that? There's nothing indecent on my part. Are they actually looking at TC2? Could be. Could be. Good evening, Neve. Good evening, Kirsten. Danny, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I know he did that the other day as well. You know, gone into neutral. Oh yeah, you know, I'm a nice guy type of mode, which he does when his back's up against the wall. If he wants to show that he's a decent, honest, and lovely human being, which he ain't. He's an arsehole. He's not only just an ordinary arsehole, he's a wrinkly one. He's an idiot. And I don't mean to cause offence by that comment. I've got to mention that. I must maintain that this is my own view, and by no way do I expect to sway your decision one way or another, you know, from my own conclusion. That's just my opinion. Might as well cover myself, isn't it? By law. Like I said, the impression that I've got from the police is like, yeah, your devices are clear, but we need to keep them for a bit longer. It's like, well, why is that? It's like, well, why is that? You're clear, but we need to keep them a bit longer. Well, that can only be, well, I think that if I'm reading correctly, then that can only mean that they're looking at what I've reported now. And if that's the case, you're fucked. They're all fucked. And I'm just going to laugh at you when you're in the dock. I'm dreaming about that day. I truly am dreaming of that day. You know, and again, I still maintain that those with minors that have indulged in that chat, that their social services need to be given the attention to those children. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that they need to be taken away from them. I mean, although, with what I've read in there and what I've discovered in there, then I think it's only, well, I think it's the right thing to do in a lot of the cases, but that isn't up to me. all of this now is up to the police, and then after that is up to social services. So I'm quite calm. If they're not looking for me anymore, and whatever I was meant to have on my devices, then what the fuck they're looking for? Are they looking for? There must only be one fucking thing, really. And that's when they're all gonna take a long, hard gulp and go, uh-oh, because it is uh-oh. God, and when everybody actually knows what you're all like. Jesus Christ, I would not like to be on the end of that. I'm telling you. They ain't only that either. So I am, I mean, the police will get you. And it's because of the work that I've done. Well, it's the work that you've done basically by adding me into that sick chat and keep on adding me into it. So it's all of your own doing at the end of the day. Out of all the trolling I've had in 3 years, this is the first time that I've actually gone to the police, and that's not. It ain't because, they were going at me. It's because they were going at others. Because I don't give a fuck. But when they were adding, people's kids and grandkids in there and doing what they were doing, then it's like that's just a stage too far. And people's cousins and families and friends even. Using people's abusers' names against them, all giggling about it. 5 of them trying to give me funny phone calls. Ashley, Cooper, Mulhern, the 2 others as well. I think that's sad. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like there's Mulhern that was doing the ringing on my Facebook Messenger. And there's this one's just screaming at me to stop fucking calling me. So all the traffic's been one way. I haven't made any false reports about them, saying that they're meant to be doing this and they're meant to be doing that and send a unit round there right now. I've done none of that. They have. That's how they fucked up. They did it too often, too quickly. And I think they're going to be finding themselves in the position like, the boy who cried wolf. Because one day, hopefully, they're going to phone up about something that's bloody serious, and they're not going to take them seriously at all, because they're known police time wasters. So I mean, even looking at it on a longer aspect, if they're thinking about what they're doing, so what if, 10, 15 years, I'm having a heart attack, what are they going to do? So, it's that Waldron again, pulling our leg. That's the risk you pose to yourselves in the future by continuing going along this stupid vein, which you continue and you happily do it as well. You really do like wasting police time. Like I said, if I reported the abuse that those lot levied against me, they'd be interviewing those bastards till Christmas. And it's a lot worse than anything that I've bloody said. Damn sight worse. I even said in an interview, even if I did say something slightly out of turn, I said, to be honest with you, after all this time, 2 months, and only those few, compared with the barrage of abuse that I've had, I said, you know what? That's nothing. And I said, in law, there's this thing called provocation. I said, I don't think I've threatened any of them. I said, if I have, then I have. I said, but if I have, and please understand the amount of abuse that I've had, and that anything that I might have said, which I don't think I have again, which I said that I kept, yeah, then I'm just going to turn around and say, well, obviously it's provocation with what they've done to me. Like, name me is a paedophile on the fake UK database website. I mean, what the hell's that about? You know? And they're moaning about me, about calling them bloody two short planks, bloody not Tommy, bloody Jimmy Savile. An itchy blanket. The itchy blanket didn't complain. So I believe he really does, I think he's beginning to itch. I think the itchy blanket's, beginning to shroud his soul. Because I've never seen anything come out of anybody's mouth and that's come out of that man's mouth. And for them to all gather around and bloody cheer him on is just something else. It's got that bad that people that comment on my lives, they'll try and add them to the torture chamber. I'm not doing that tonight, Heidi. I'm going to go and put my lamb thing in the fridge the other day. I've just wrapped it back up in foil. It's in the oven. I'm doing that, and then I'm just doing, putting some roast potatoes on. But then tomorrow, I promise you all, I will do a beef casserole. All right. So I can promise you that. That's crossed my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. That's the type of promise I'm offering you tomorrow. But at the moment, after all after all this, emotionally tired, certainly. Of course, it's going to have an effect on you, isn't it? You know? Because I've been through the bloody ring, in and out, and squeezed, tied up and bloody beaten over the last 10 weeks. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still standing. They sent 6 police units around the world, 5 police units, and the 6th one was a bullshit report anyway, with absolutely no credibility about it whatsoever. So they've had 6 goes at me, and, well, what else? What else are they going to try and fucking do? I mean, Joe Mossop's had armed police round to her house. Steak and salad, are you, Heidi? Well, I bought this, I bought a kilo of topside joint. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cube that up. And I'm going to use that as steak cubes on the barbecue for the barbecue. Because I can't eat, obviously the entire joint in one go. Right, Sanchez, what do you want? I'll have a kilo of fucking steak, please. £6, bang. Which is really good. Nice piece of beef as well. So yeah, I'm going to cut that up into cubes and I'm just going to bung it into the freezer. So that, you know, any future kebabs, there'll be lamb kebabs and beef kebabs. But I'm going to have to go to Waitrose, I think, to get some EPC horseradish. It's not sauce really, it's just grated horseradish in a in a jar, for want of a better description of it. And it's the most beautiful horseradish in the world. It's just out of this world. You know, you can fuck your Hettelmans off and your Colemans and any other make. That EPC, the English Provender Company, they do jams and chutneys and things like that. But their horseradish, it's about £2 a jar. But you know, if you've got a nice piece of meat like that. Another thing that would go well with it was wasabi as well. Wasabi would really go well with, because that's a part of the horseradish family too. Wasabi, I believe. Might be wrong. No, it is, isn't it? I'm sure I'm right. Because they're both roots. And they both grow in the same way and of the same genus, so I'm sure that's correct. I might be wrong. Who cares? You know, but these pathetic attempts to make himself out to be a nice person and speak to somebody on the live for the first time in God knows how long. Another poor person caught up in his spell, I suppose, until he turns on her. Which is always a possibility if you get close to Ashley. If you get close to Ashley, beware, he will turn on you. If you tell him a story in one of his Survivor bloody pages, he'll use that against you too. I started piping up 2 months and 10 days ago about TC2, and I ain't gonna stop, especially after what they fucking put me through with all this. Because they always sort of made me doubt everything. Where is law and where is justice? That's something I've still got to ask them. Where the fuck is it? Because what you've done here is you've protected the bullies, not the bullied. And you've done it in every single bloody case as well. And that's alarming. Every single one of us have been disbelieved. Right up until now, I think. I hope. But they obviously feel lucky because they're carrying on. Like I told them before. Are they banking on their not investigating them? So I think Ashley's getting her too jittery for my liking. Like Jekyll and Hyde. 1 minute he's being nasty, scything, and then the next minute is boof. I'm going to be nice to this lady here now to show what a nice person I am. Fucking hell. I don't need to make any such effort. But you see what you get with me. And that's it. I am stubborn. I'm too stubborn for my own good sometimes. I know that. But Christ, aren't I driven to stop these bastards? And that's it. Once you switch me on, you can't switch me off. That's the other thing about me that you didn't even bloody realise. As soon as you set me off that I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Come hell or high water, come what may, I will get it done. I've not failed yet. Well, not in my working life anyway. Getting better, perhaps. Yeah, perhaps I might start getting better after I've fucking dealt with these cretins. Well enough to go back to work, but who knows? Who knows? But picking on people that have been raped and sexually abused, both as, adults and children, mocking victims of domestic violence, revealing addresses to prisoners, using people's abusers' names against them, adding their children, grandchildren, nephews and nieces into that vile chat, the parents, the friends, it's all there. And it's constructed so well, and they're so well versed in getting the police to call round to your door. It's almost as if they're so well drilled at it now that they can do it off pat, because they can just make up any old bullshit and there they go, they'll go in. But those last allegations were flimsy, paper fucking thin. And flimsier than flimsy after all the abuse that you lot have given me. It's sort of like, basically when I explain the context of what I was saying to them, it's like, yeah, get it. And then when I have these few infractions or so-called infractions versus, if I logged every bloody name that I've been called in the last 10 weeks, then honestly, and if I was such a snowflake as to go and report that, nah. I ain't wasting the police's time because you've called me a nonce. I'm gonna sort of like use the police's time to use my complaint, and fill it with as much information as possible without bloody, firing out flak so the missile doesn't hit, and that's all that is literally what they're doing. They've got heat seekers onto them, yeah. Toilets and flak out explodes, and they've got another one. You know, they're just not going to stop coming. You know, I mean, if they had anything about them at all, if they wanted to save themselves a longer prison sentence, they might as well just come up and admit their full participation in what they've been doing and saying in the torture chamber. But obviously, they went and did that, they'd get lynched on Facebook. So they're not going to do that, are they? I mean, let's face it, who the fuck would? We go, oh, hello, my name's Wesley. I've been abusing other people's kids and grandchildren on the internet. You're not hardly likely to turn around and hear them say that, are you? You'd never stick any one of these individuals on something like, are you smarter than an 8-year-old? That's a sad thing, isn't it? When they turn out that they are. It's like, oh no. Although I would say about my daughter, she's as smart, if not smarter than I am. I will give her that. She's a smart bugger. She bloody turned vegan on me. Git. It was one of her boyfriend's fault. Took her back to his parents' house and they had heads mounted on the wall of deer and other wild animals. They had the stuff and that just put her off meat for life. It's like, It might be a fad, it might be a phase, it might not be though. Not if I know her that well. He'll be. I'm just wondering what she's doing out of you. It's like, yeah, right, I'm going to have a bacon sandwich. Yeah, but she'll end up on the 6-figure salary. Piece of piss. He's going to smash it up. Just like her pa used to do. Hopefully we'll do again. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to go and do myself something to eat. I'm not going to record it tonight because I'm dog tired. I've been talking to people most of the day. I'm going to sort of just relax and just watch a few things, I suppose. And I've got to have some ice cream. tonight. I gotta keep on forgetting it's there. So anyway, have a great night. Yeah, salad, brother. You've never tried horseradish, Neve? You ought to. It's lovely with beef. No, I can't second guess myself. Heidi. No, I'm talking quietly, that's why. I was just thinking, you know. If I'm correct, they're done. They're finished already. If I'm correct. Because they don't know it. And I don't know it. You know, like I said, another 5 CRN numbers into that hutch today. Because they do seem to amass them like a you know, like they're stamps or something. Is it a philatelist, isn't it? A stamp kleptophilan. That is not quite correct. I'll think of it soon. And if I saw it written down, if I had a choice of 4, I'd know it. But philatelist. Yeah, I think it's that. You know, I pressed the point of them having to take a look at all those CRN numbers. And each individual case we're going to have to go through. So, I mean, it's going to take some fucking time, you know? That's just my device. And I haven't got everything on there. And that's the bloody thing. Because they have. I've begged the police to get moving, but you know what they're like. At least I can say that I said that. Because, you know, I am still putting a complaint in against them. Basically for harassment, or being used as harassment against me. I could not enjoy my house or garden. Yeah. You know, when I was doing no harm to anybody anywhere. I had my peace disrupted. And my head. Although, to be fair, number 6 did twist my head, and that's the only decent call that's ever been made. You know what I'm saying? Mistake, but it was a good call. You know, he did what he thought was right, which is brilliant. You can't ask a man anything, you know, anything less than that. He's done what he thought was right, and that's it. I can live with that. I can live with crossed wires and forgive the bloke. But obviously I thought it was them. It was only because I thought of them and I kept on going on about them, then I think they started to listen. So, I don't know, who knows. All I do know is that a day after my device was taken in, that apparently I was online for 3 hours on the Saturday. So they were doing something with it. So what are they doing now? And that's the only way I could have shown online as well, because my phone was switched off. I'll give them the code for it, obviously. So yeah, they've been covered. So what are they doing now? So I think they're doing what I'm saying they're doing. And then it's time for these buggers to enter the twilight zone. Because being accused of something you haven't done isn't very nice. But being caught for something that you have is just deserved. You can't do what you've been doing to people. You really can't. It's unforgivable. That's what I mean. It is that unforgivable. The blackcurrants in the garden are nearly ready. The gooseberries are going to take another 4 weeks, I think. About a week or two away, maybe, the blackcurrants. I think I might plant a few fruit bushes around, as well as flowers. If I can get hold of some horseradish to plant, I'd plant some of that as well. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you to it. Like I said, I'm gonna cook. I just need to because I do feel battered and bruised by all of this. You know, it's not been a happy experience, but it's been a worthwhile experience. If I can protect these kids that are being bullied in that Talk to Chamber 2, along with their parents and their families and things like that. And if all of this is worth that, then, and if it all plans out the way that I'm hoping it to be, then yeah, all of this, every single bloody moment of it has been worth it. Have a great night, won't you? All right, take care now. Bye bye.